You wake up, walk into the bathroom, and turn on the light. There it is, your reflection. Same eyes, same smile. But something's different. Your skin looks softer, thinner, maybe a little more sagged than you remember. You didn't lose sleep. You've been eating well. So why does your face look tired? Here's the thing no one tells you. It's not just aging. It's a quiet shift happening beneath your skin. Your body is slowly making less of something essential. Collagen. That's the stuff that holds everything up. Your cheeks, your jawline, even the smoothness around your eyes. When collagen fades, your skin loses its scaffolding. It begins to soften, droop, and wrinkle, even if you're doing everything else right. And this doesn't just happen in magazines. Many older adults across America start to feel this change in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. Not because they're sick, but because their body isn't building the support it once did. So what can you do? Well, creams and lotions are fine, but they only work on the surface. What your skin really needs is nourishment from the inside. And the good news? You don't need fancy pills or expensive treatments. Just a few simple foods, found in many traditional kitchens, can help your body rebuild what it's quietly losing. We'll get to those in a moment. But first, let's take a step down to your knees, because the changes in your skin, they may be just the beginning. 1. Why climbing stairs feels harder now. You grab the railing, lift one foot onto the step, and suddenly, the staircase that once felt easy now feels like a small mountain. Your knees ache a little more. Your legs feel heavier. You pause midway, not because you're tired, but because your joints just don't feel the same. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of older adults across the US are noticing the same thing. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a lack of support inside your joints. Here's what's really going on. When we were younger, our knees were cushioned by a jelly-like padding, like shock absorbers in a car. That padding is made largely of collagen, the same stuff that keeps your skin firm. But after age 25, your body starts producing less of it, quietly, year after year. By the time you're 60 or 70, you've lost a big portion of that natural cushion. Without collagen, your joints begin to rub more directly, causing stiffness, soreness, even that little crackling sound you hear when you stand up. It's not about getting old, it's about giving your body what it needs to protect you. Here's the good news. You don't need injections or surgery to help your joints feel better. Just adding a few collagen-rich foods to your meals, like slow-cooked chicken feet or bone broth, can make a big difference. They're inexpensive, easy to prepare, and packed with the building blocks your knees have been craving. And if chicken feet aren't your thing, don't worry, there are other tasty, familiar options we'll explore. But before that, let's take a closer look at something even more serious. What happens when your arteries start losing collagen too? 2. What your blood pressure might be trying to tell you you're at your doctor's office for a routine checkup. Your diet's been decent. You're staying active. But then the nurse frowns just a little and says, your blood pressure's up a bit today. And you think to yourself, why? I've been doing everything right. Here's a little known truth. High blood pressure isn't always about salt or stress. Sometimes it's about collagen, or more specifically, the lack of it in your arteries. You see, your blood vessels are supposed to be flexible. They expand and contract like soft rubber hoses to keep blood flowing easily. But what keeps them flexible is collagen. Without enough of it, those vessels can stiffen, like old garden hoses that crack and resist bending. The heart then has to work harder to push blood through, raising your blood pressure in the process. This happens gradually, and most folks never suspect collagen might be playing a role. But research, including studies from heart centers like Cleveland Clinic, is starting to connect the dots. So, what can you do? Here's something simple and practical. Try adding more collagen-friendly foods into your routine. That could mean sipping on warm bone broth in the evening, tossing fish skin into a salad, or even slow cooking beef tendons, a favorite in many Asian American kitchens and gaining popularity in wellness circles across the US. And if cooking isn't your thing, look for multi-type collagen supplements with added vitamin C at your local pharmacy or health store. Many now carry them right beside the vitamins. The point is, feeding your blood vessels the right support could help ease pressure in more ways than one. Now, speaking of pressure, there's one place where we really feel it every time we reach for our reading glasses. Let's talk about what's happening in our eyes. 3. The silent vision. Change you didn't expect. You're sitting at the kitchen table trying to read the morning paper, but the words look fuzzy. You adjust your glasses. Still not quite right. You blink a few times, thinking it's just a bad night's sleep, but it's been happening more often lately. It's easy to blame it on aging eyes. And yes, some changes with age are normal, but here's what most people don't realize. Your vision relies on collagen too. Inside your eye is a flexible lens, a tiny structure that bends and shifts so you can focus on things both near and far. But that flexibility depends on collagen. As we age and collagen production drops, that lens becomes stiffer, like an old rubber band that's lost its stretch. And when it can't flex the way it used to, your ability to focus smoothly starts to fade. You may notice you're squinting more at labels in the store, struggling with low light, or needing brighter lamps around the house. It's not just your eyes getting old, it's your eye tissue losing its natural support. There's even emerging research showing collagen loss may play a role in dry eyes and other discomforts that creep in over time. So what can you do about it? Here's one easy step. Add foods that naturally support the delicate structures in your eyes. That includes collagen type 5 and 10, which you can get from sources like egg membrane, yes, that thin layer inside the shell, and organ meats like liver or heart if you're open to them. If that's not your style, many high-quality collagen supplements now include these rare types. Just check the label. And don't forget, vitamin C is your collagen's best friend. A bowl of berries or an orange with breakfast can go a long way. Because keeping your vision clear isn't just about stronger glasses, it's about feeding the soft tissues that help your eyes work the way they should. Now, while we're on the topic of what not to lose, let's talk about the everyday habits that might be silently destroying your collagen without you even knowing. 4. The hidden collagen killers. In your pantry, you've made some healthy changes lately. You're eating more salads, cutting back on fried foods, maybe even swapping soda for fruit juice. You open your pantry, proud of the crackers marked whole grain and the granola bars that say heart healthy. But here's the twist. Some of those very foods may be quietly damaging the collagen your body's trying to hold on to. It sounds strange, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Certain everyday ingredients, especially refined sugar, processed carbs, and seed oils, can speed up the breakdown of collagen in your body. How? Think of collagen like the stitching in a strong fabric. When sugar levels in your blood are too high, it binds to that stitching, making it stiff and brittle. Over time, the fabric, your skin, joints, blood vessels, starts to fray. This process is known among doctors as glycation, But you don't need to remember the term. What matters is this: too much sugar equals weaker collagen. And it's not just the obvious culprits like candy and soda. Many healthy foods hide sugar and seed oils in plain sight. Things like fruit-flavored yogurt, bottled salad dressings, flavored oatmeal packets, and even some protein bars. Let's take a look at the nutrition label on a typical granola bar. You might see brown rice syrup, cane sugar, sunflower oil, all of which can contribute to inflammation and faster collagen loss. So, what can you do? Start small. Here are 3 quick tips. Read labels. If sugar is in the first 3 ingredients, consider a different choice. Swap sweeteners. Try raw honey or stevia instead of table sugar. Cook simple meals at home. Use olive oil or avocado oil in place of vegetable or soybean oil. These small steps can make a big difference in preserving the collagen your body still has and supporting the new collagen you're trying to build. Now that you know what's tearing your collagen down, let's talk about the most powerful and most surprising food to build it back up. And trust me, you probably never imagined eating this. 5. The forgotten superfood, rooster comb. You're walking through your local farmer's market on a Saturday morning. You see fresh eggs, homemade jams, organic vegetables, and then you notice something unusual at the poultry stand. A tray of bright red, rubbery little things. You ask the vendor, "What are those?" He smiles and says, "Rooster combs." Most people chuckle and walk away. But what if I told you they're one of the most powerful natural sources of collagen on Earth? That odd-looking red crest on top of a rooster's head is packed with 90% pure collagen. And not just any collagen, but the kind that supports your joints, skin, eyes, and even your gut lining. In fact, plastic surgeons have used extracts from rooster combs to help plump skin and reduce wrinkles, not because it's trendy, but because it works. And here's the best part. You don't need a needle. You can eat it. Rooster combs are also rich in GAGs, glycosaminoglycans, which help cushion your joints, support cell repair, and improve skin elasticity. In many Asian cultures, rooster combs are considered a delicacy. They're stewed, simmered in broth, or sautéed with vegetables. Some high-end collagen supplements sold in the US even list rooster comb extract on the label, with a high price tag to match. But you don't have to break the bank. Here's what you can do. Visit an Asian or international grocery store, look in the frozen section, or ask the butcher. Try your local farmer's market. Small poultry farms may have rooster combs available if you ask. Simmer them gently in bone broth or stew for a few hours. The collagen will release into the liquid, creating a nourishing, joint-loving soup. If the idea sounds unusual, that's okay. Trying something new can be part of healing too. And once you know what it does for your skin, joints, and even your digestion, you might just be grateful for the rooster. Still unsure? Don't worry. There's a whole Plan B, a more familiar option that's just as powerful and probably already in your grandmother's cookbook. Let's talk about chicken feet and why they're making a big comeback. 6. Grandma's secret weapon. Chicken feet. You remember it from your childhood? Grandma standing by the stove, stirring a pot that smelled like home. And floating inside, chicken feet. Back then, you probably wrinkled your nose and asked, "Do people really eat those?" And she'd smile and say, "It's the best part for your bones." Turns out, she was right. Chicken feet are one of nature's richest sources of collagen type 2, the exact type your joints need to stay cushioned, flexible, and pain-free. Unlike fancy supplements or expensive skincare, chicken feet give you collagen in its most natural form. When simmered slowly, the skin, tendons, and cartilage break down into a thick, silky broth, full of the nutrients your body craves, especially if your knees creak, your hands feel stiff, or your hips don't move like they used to. Many cultures around the world, from Mexico to the Philippines to the American South, have passed down chicken feet recipes for generations. They weren't just saving money, they were preserving health. And now, more Americans are rediscovering this forgotten treasure. So how can you start? Look for chicken feet at local ethnic markets or butchers. Even some chain stores now carry them in the freezer section. Soak and clean them well, then simmer in a slow cooker with onions, garlic, and a splash of apple cider vinegar to help release the collagen. Strain and sip, or use the broth in soups, stews, or rice dishes. It's inexpensive, comforting, and packed with joint-loving nutrients. And if the idea still feels a little odd, just remember, sometimes the weird foods are the ones that kept our grandparents going strong into their 80s and 90s. Now, while we're talking about food with surprising power, let's head to the sea, where the skin of a fish holds more benefits than you might think. The ocean's gift, fish skin. You're at the seafood counter, choosing a nice piece of salmon for dinner. The fishmonger asks, "Skin on or off?" Without thinking, you say, "Off, please." After all, isn't that the healthy choice? Well, maybe not. That thin layer of fish skin you've been peeling away for years, it's actually one of the most collagen-rich parts of the fish, and it holds powerful benefits for your skin, bones, and hair. Here's why. Fish skin contains type Y and type 3 collagen, which help your skin stay smooth, your bones stay strong, and your connective tissue stay flexible. These are the same types of collagen that start to fade as we age, which is why you may notice thinner skin, more wrinkles, or hair that isn't as full as it used to be. Unlike heavy red meats, fish collagen is lightweight and easily absorbed by the body, making it especially helpful for seniors. That's why marine collagen is used in so many top-rated skin and joint supplements in the US today. But you don't need a fancy powder. You just need to keep the skin on your fish. Try this. Choose salmon, mackerel, or cod with the skin still attached. Wild caught if possible. Pan-sear the skin side down until it's crispy, like nature's version of a healthy chip. Use the leftover bones and skin to make a light fish broth that's full of collagen and minerals. And yes, salmon skin especially is a favorite among health-conscious chefs and older adults looking for natural ways to support their skin and joints. So next time you're at the store, skip the skinless option. Let the ocean help you from the inside out. Of course, if fish isn't your thing, there's still another hearty, time-honored option waiting just around the corner, one that's been used in kitchens for centuries to restore strength, warmth, and healing. Let's talk about beef tendons and bone broth, and why they've earned a permanent place in the wellness world. 8. A chewy secret. Beef tendons and bone broth. It's a chilly afternoon, and you're craving something warm, not just warm in temperature, but warm in feeling. You think about that old-fashioned pot of soup your mum used to make, the kind that simmered all day and made the house smell like home. There was something in that broth, a richness, a comfort, that you just can't find in a can. What you were tasting was collagen, and one of the most powerful, yet overlooked sources of it. Beef tendons And bones, beef tendons, may not look like much at first, long, chewy strips that take time to cook. But when they break down during slow cooking, they release type I collagen, which supports your joints, skin, and gut. That silky texture you feel in a good soup? That's collagen at work. Bone broth, made from simmering bones for hours with a splash of vinegar, pulls even more nutrients out, not just collagen, but gelatin, calcium, magnesium, and other minerals that help keep your bones strong and your digestion smooth. Many older adults across the US are now rediscovering what their grandparents already knew. Bone broth isn't just food. It's medicine in a mug. And it's incredibly easy to make at home. Buy beef bones or tendons from your local butcher or grocery store. Look for knuckle bones or marrow bones. Add water, a splash of apple cider vinegar, onions, garlic, and herbs. Simmer for 8 to 12 hours in a slow cooker or instant pot. Strain and sip or use as a base for soups, stews, or rice. You can even freeze portions in jars or ice cube trays for quick use later. And if you're short on time, many health food stores now sell frozen or shelf-stable bone broth. Just make sure it's from grass-fed animals and contains no added sugar or preservatives. A warm cup of real broth can do more than comfort you. It can help you move better, feel steadier, and even sleep more soundly. Now, we've explored some of the best collagen-rich foods, but how do you actually make them part of your life without feeling overwhelmed? Let's wrap it all up in a simple, doable routine you can start today. 9. How to make collagen part of your everyday life. It's Monday morning. You pour your coffee, open the fridge, and sigh. You want to eat better. You know your body needs more support, but between appointments, medications, and simply keeping up with life, it all feels like too much. You're not alone. The truth is, forming new habits at this stage in life isn't always easy, especially when it comes to health. But building collagen into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated, expensive, or overwhelming. In fact, it can be simple, nourishing, and even enjoyable, just like your favorite comfort foods. Here's why this matters. Your body is still capable of building collagen, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. But it needs the right tools, the raw materials like amino acids, the helpers like vitamin C, and the habit of consistency. Think of it like maintaining a garden. The earlier you plant, water, and care for it, the better it blooms. But even if you start later in the season, with a little love, you can still grow something strong. So here's a practical routine many older adults find easy to follow. Morning. Start your day with a cup of bone broth instead of tea. It's warm, savory, and gives your joints a head start. Add a few berries or an orange for vitamin C support. Lunch. Try a salmon fillet with skin on, pan-seared until crispy. Pair it with leafy greens and olive oil. Dinner. Simmer a chicken feet or tendon stew in your slow cooker, enough for a few meals through the week. Add garlic, carrots, and a pinch of turmeric. Snacks or extras. Keep collagen powder, multi-type with C, in your pantry. Mix into smoothies, yogurt, or even coffee. If you're not into powders, boiled eggs with membrane intact or liver pate once a week can help. Remember, you don't have to do it perfectly, just do it regularly. A little collagen each day is far more powerful than a lot once in a while. And if you're thinking, is it too late for me? The answer is no. Your body may be older, but your cells are still listening to what you feed them, and they're ready to rebuild. Now we've talked about food, routine, and the power of small choices. But what really ties it all together is understanding the deeper truth behind aging and why healing always starts with care, not fear. Let's reflect together in one final thought. Maybe no one told you this before, but just because the years have passed doesn't mean your strength has to fade. Just because the mirror shows a few more lines doesn't mean your story is winding down. This journey, through your skin, your joints, your eyes, your heart, wasn't just about collagen. It was about reconnection, reconnecting with the wisdom of your body, with the foods your grandparents once trusted, with the quiet truth that healing doesn't always come in a pill bottle. Sometimes it comes from a warm bowl of broth, or a crispy piece of salmon skin, or a memory stirred by the smell of stew on the stove. You are not broken. You are not too late. Your body, even now, is waiting to be supported, nourished, and listened to. And the best part? It doesn't require perfection. It just takes care. Small steps, gentle changes, loving attention. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up and look in the mirror, see more than just the lines. See the strength underneath, the kind that rebuilds, the kind that lasts. And know this, the best years of your life aren't behind you. They're still being built, one healing bite at a time. Thanks for spending this time with me. Until next time, be kind to your body. It's been working hard for you, and it's never too late to return the favor. If this video brought you comfort, clarity, or even just one small aha moment, I invite you to stay connected. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a new video. Each week, we share simple, natural ways to support your body as you age, with warmth, wisdom, and real-world solutions, because you deserve to feel strong, steady, and cared for at every stage of life. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.